took us 7 or 8 minutes to get to work.
Yeah.
It was taking me an hour and 20 minutes to get to work in Sydney. And after you got out of it, you realised that you didn't have to be in all of that
Right.
that fishbowl.
But I would say that because you Adelaide, Sydney, your mind probably thinks nationally, as opposed to the person who just grows up in this little country town sort of thing. They can't sort of get a fathom of where we can sell these products. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I was in Sydney for 20 years, but I never really lived in the areas that I wanted to live in. I couldn't afford it. So really to move out of Sydney wasn't such a big deal for me. It was more a big deal for my wife because her whole family was there, you see. Okay. So I dumped my family years ago. So
okay, yeah, right. So where's we have to wrap it up. But that's what's
okay.
An hour.
Whiz.
See what I mean?
Time flies when you're having fun.
But so what's new? I want to ask you. I love new things. What are you working on now? That apart from Steve and the new direction that the company potentially is products wise in the factory. What are they doing?
At the moment, the big buzz in our business is our hammer throw cages. So we design some hammer cages a year and a half ago. Athletics Australia came to us and said that the world governing body had approved a different size. So they came to us and asked if we'd build a cage for this particular size.
Smaller or bigger?
It's actually a bit smaller than the current, than the one that's than the stadium size. The stadium one is a 10-metre high structure. It's a fairly massive sort of thing. So because their idea is they wanted more clubs to have throwing cages, but this thing was a $60,000 supply and install job, so that was limited. So in making the new design, we designed it to reduce install costs. We designed it to remove a lot of the problems with existing designs. So we come up with something fairly radical. So most of these cages are an 8 or a 10 pole structure with 7 and 10 metre high poles. And we've done that with 3 poles. So we exhibited that in Cologne last year and also in the States. And late next month, I've got to go over to the States. There's a company over there that wants the manufacturing rights to sell and distribute it through the USA. So that's a
brilliant. Yeah. Wow.
That's got to be good. Yeah. So and then we're looking at then supplying the European market with our cage and manufacturing that from here. So we'd manufacture that here and then supply it to the market.
Make me think of all the we've got Griffith Uni and Bond. I guess in Europe and America, they've got a big college. That's where these sports are particularly, when you say, more as opposed to the Gold Coast, where...
or the Griffith Stadium there, we've got our discus cage up in there with that design, but that complex there would be a small complex in some of the high schools, let alone some of the unis.
Really?
So... We ended up exhibiting our stuff with the American Sports Builders Association, and there's a lot of they're all track builders and tennis court builders in the association. So those guys, you look through their website and see some of the projects they're working on, and it just blows your mind the money that's out there and that's spent and how they fund all that sort of stuff. So we did chook raffles here and chocolate wheels, and
that's what I was getting at. Like if you got the I don't know, you've probably got competition, but in this city, I don't know. But, geez, to get that one uni Griffith, but think of America, there's a university every hour, over even more. It's a culture and with all those kids, it's a real, their actual hammer throwing. It's what their dad did. That's part of the,
Well, they've got 770 hammer throw coaches in the States, so... Yeah. So there's a bit of business to be done over there.
The day I meet a hammer throwing coach, I'll think of you.
It's who you want at a party, isn't it? Hey, a hammer throw coach. Yeah, exactly.
Well, mate, put it there.
It's great talking.
Great
to you.
time. Yeah. You got a lot out of it. I don't want to end, but play hard. Sports equipment. Great website too.
Thank you.
And the things I love about these podcasts with people I learn, I meet here, is that from now on I'll just see this equipment. I really will. I'll have to go to Griffith Uni next week. I guarantee you I'll go, there's that thing.
Have a look at that cage. Yeah, do that. Exactly that.
So good on you, mate. Thanks for dropping in.
Thanks for having me. Okay.
I'll work at my machines. All right, thank you, Trevor Bowman, for coming in. Look up Play Hard Sports Equipment. Super interesting stuff. And thank you again to Koala Karma, the chill-out drink. I've just been sitting back and relaxing. I had a great day at work today and yesterday. I've even been cleaning my life up at home. Just putting... when all your stuff in one corner is a mess and you go through it all finally? Even nuts and bolts and washers in my shed. Finally getting through some of that sort of stuff and clearing your mind. Like, what's that TV show I once saw where a chef was training someone and... was it Ratatouille? I think it was Ratatouille. No, it wasn't. The chef was making a whole bunch of mess on his table, and he put his hand on the table and he said, "See these crumbs? See this mess? That is your mind. That is your brain." So tuck everything into water. It makes you feel good and start new things. Anyway. Hey, I just want to say the next gig for the Titanics is at the Coolangatta Hotel, the Cooley Hotel, February 27th, Saturday night, 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. See you there. Ow!